Gil, today's your 90th birthday. That's amazing. How do you feel about being 90?
I will tell the rest of the group, it's a small world and life goes fast. In one day, only one day, I went from 89 to 90. Shows you how time goes by rapidly. But here I am, and I'm very happy, and it's been a great run.
First of all, thank you for everybody coming. We're really happy you could be here. And Gil and I have spent in December 35 years together. So, you know, we have a 90th birthday, we have a big anniversary, so we're having a big party. So, having said that, Mr. Birthday Party has something to say.
I also would like to thank all of you for being here, really. There are two quotes that I brought with me tonight that I'd like to read. One is Leslie Gore in 1963 sang this song, "I'll cry if I want to because it's my party." If I get through this without any tears, it's going to be an amazing feat. Second of all, on July the 4th, 1939, Lou Gehrig at Yankee Stadium with 61,804 people in attendance. He had just been diagnosed, and I hope I pronounce this right, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, which they now call Lou Gehrig's disease. And he said, I thought I'd get further than this. I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. Well, I'm going one further, because I'm the luckiest person in this room. And I'm going to go back through the Academy Awards, which just a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to use their format. And you know, the people got out there and said, oh, yeah, I don't deserve this, and all the other contestants. What they're saying is, it's my day, and you losers go home and cry. But the first people they thanked was the producers. And I had to thank my producers, my mother, Bessie Rosenthal, and my father, Samuel Rosenthal. Nobody ever could ask for better parents than I had. Calm, considerate, let me go up to a certain point, and would stop and say, no, you can't go any further. Disciplinarians. And then Laura had the privilege of meeting my father, but never my mother, who died at a rather early age. And here's a father, my father, that calls me and says, let's go out to dinner. And we go out to dinner, and we have an enjoyable dinner, a couple drinks. And he says to me, I would like to have your permission to get married. Now, that doesn't happen very often. I said, Dad, you're in love with Doris, marry her. They had 15 years of great togetherness. So I'm very lucky about that. Laura's parents, her father, George, worked in a steel mill up in Pennsylvania. Her mother was a nurse, Army nurse, in the Second World War. Then she came back to her borough in Pennsylvania, and she was able to get from the Congress of the United States certain benefits monetary benefits and awards for her particular borough. So much so that we, Laura and I, were happy to attend a luncheon in her honor given by the governor of Pennsylvania. So I think that speaks loudly of her. We both have one sibling. We both have a sister. Laura's sister is Kathy, and just about a little over 10 years ago, she had a double organ transplant, a kidney and a pancreas. And the first time they had that, they damaged the organs, and they had to abort the operation. And then they had one, and she now has had for 10 years those two organs. The only thing we worry about is that the side effects of some of the drugs that she's getting in order to keep the body from rejecting those organs. So we're keeping our fingers crossed that that's going to work out. My sister, at about age 15, started to become paralyzed on the right side. And she had a brace on her arm and a brace on her leg. My father came to the United States the right way, took all the tests, took all the lessons, all the tests, and became a United States citizen. His first job in the United States was as taxi cab driver before UPS, so you can imagine the stuff going there. But his next job was as a laborer, and he would come home every night. Let me backtrack a second. So the doctors say, we think she has a brain tumor. Up to the operating room, all the hair comes off. They drill 3 holes in a triangle and then take a saw and cut out that triangular piece and find nothing. So they put the bone back in, seal it, and she comes home. My father, for about, maybe a year and a half, every night when he came home, he would massage her leg and arm for over an hour. And eventually it went away. So we surmised that somewhere along the line, there was some bone pressing against a nerve, and his doing all these massages got that loose, and now she's happy and in one piece and normal. In fact, she wanted to come tonight. We said, well, we would love you to have her and her boyfriend here. She's 84, boyfriend. But we said, we really would love you to come next week so we could spend more time with you directly. So they're coming here next week. Now, the next category of the awards, Academy Awards, was the director. And I have this director here who is, when she directs me, she directs me. We've had a great marriage, as Laura said, and when we got married, let me backtrack a second as to how we met. One of my law partners, Bruce Kaufman, of which I'll tell you a little bit about in a second, and I started a thing called the University Club. The University of Maryland, where we both attended, was in College Park, Maryland, which was just outside of Washington, D.C. But all the professional schools at Maryland were downtown Baltimore. The law school, the medical school, school of social work, every school. So we took half of a loft building and then turned it into the University Club for people that wanted to come after work, or the doctors and nurses were right across the street at University Hospital, for light hors d'oeuvres, drinks, and to just relax. So we're there one night, both of us are divorced, and I look in this room across the hall, and I see this gorgeous blonde, and I said, well, Bruce, I'll be right back. True story. So I go over, and I see this young lady here, and I said, I don't want you to take this as a line, but I know you from somewhere, I just can't place it. And Laura says, when was the last time you were in Chicago? I just moved here. And the rest is history. But anyway, this director that I have here has been just fantastic. When we started, after we got married, we decided to have a veto policy. You know what a veto is? Now in Congress, in the states, in the states in the United States, you can override a veto. With two people, you can't override it. During this 34 plus years, we have used the veto one time. And guess who used it? Laura brought home a dress. I said, that looks like crap. Take it back. But conversely, I used to love to buy clothes for Laura. And one of the best memories I have was a velvet dress that came down about, well, it came down. But then we were walking on Fifth Avenue one time in New York, and I see a woman, and I said, that's a gorgeous dress. So I go over to her, because, you know, I don't care. It's before you got shot when you walked up to somebody. I said, excuse me, ma'am, this is my wife. I'm not trying to hit on you. Where did you get your dress? And she said, nice Bergdorf Goodman. So we went down there, and sure enough, a rack of dresses, same one, not her size. So we missed that. Going back to Bruce, we had a beginning law firm of three guys. One was Ted Miller. Ted Miller was president of the Baltimore City Bar Association. Another was Marvin Land. Marvin Land was #1 in the bar exam the year he took it. And I, at that time, happened to be president of the Junior Chamber of Commerce for Baltimore City. And I was, before that, working with a guy, Alec Resnick, who was a Jewish war prisoner in Germany. Don't envy him that, and he came home alive and in one piece. And because I was president of a law fraternity, national law fraternity, he and I struck up a conversation. He said, I'd love to have you, but I want to tell you right now, I don't believe in partnerships. Here's the deal. I will give you a free office, free secretary, free everything, and whatever you bring in, you keep. Whatever I refer to, you keep, and on the cases we work together, we'll split the fee. Sound good to me? Because I'm still living at home and just paying room and board, so I started with him. And then Marvin and Ted called me and said, we're thinking of starting a law firm, and we'd like you to be our third. I said, well, guys, I really have a good deal, and I'm making a lot of money, and I'm not really sure I want to do that. So I went and spoke to W1, wife 1, which is Andy and Jill's mother, and we still have a great relationship. We still speak to each other, and we go to dinner together at each other's house. And I said, you know what, I'm really mixed. I'm not sure what to do. She said, well, what do you think? I said, well, if there ever was going to be a time when I was going to go in with other guys, these are the two guys. He said, okay. She said, okay, do it. So I did it. I spoke to Alec, and I said, Alec, I appreciate everything. I really do. And but I'm going to be leaving. He said, okay, that's fine, but you have to get a replacement, which I did. Alec taught me how to practice law and make money and do it legitimately. And I looked up to him for that. And he and my father taught me charity. He said, no matter where you are, what you've done, what you have, there are always going to be people less fortunate than you. So I thank them for that. So we go on, and the three of us become partners, and here's Marvin. Well, Ted's a year older than I am. I'm a year older than Marvin. And we meet to decide what the name of the firm's going to be. So Ted and I said, Marvin, you're younger, your name goes last. That's it. We go into a brand new building where there are no partitions, we just have a floor, and we cut it up to our own specifications as to where we want the offices to be. So Ted and I decide, here's the deal. We'll flip a coin. Whoever wins has their choice of first name or the corner office. Ted won. It was Miller, Rosenthal, and Land. And then I had the corner office. These guys were dynamite. What a great run that was. Marvin eventually became a judge, as he should be. And for whatever reason, and this is a true story, I never called him Marvin again. I either called him Judge or Your Honor, even though we were partners. The reason is when I was brought up, we understood authority. We understood police officers, and we got along with them, and Marvin at that point became an authority. So he went on the bench, and we eventually took in a couple other attorneys, Bill Pittler and Bruce Kaufman. Bill became in-house counsel for a large corporation and eventually bought out the company. So he went on his way. Marvin, as I said, became a judge. Ted, there was a judge in the the Circuit Court for Baltimore City who did nothing but family law cases. And he and Ted left together, Ted left our firm, to go to a large firm to start their own family law department. Very successful. We had Tom Wolfe and Mike Lawler and Andrea Kelly. We had a great reputation as a family law office. Andrea Kelly became a master, Circuit Court for Baltimore City. A master is just a little below a judge. Can hear cases and make recommendations to a judge who then has to sign the final order. So everybody went well. And then that just left me, and there I was. So I want to now introduce you to some of the supporting actors and actresses. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Andy, our oldest son, is one of my heroes because at age 11 or 12, I was remarried, saw the children periodically. He said, "Dad, you know what?" I said, "What?" He said, "You're spending more time with Cindy's children than you are with your own children." Now, a lot of parents would have gotten upset at that, but I said, that's great that he had the courage to tell that to me, and I tried to change. Hopefully I had. Then he also had a very nice restaurant in Baltimore City, and again, with his luck, the landlord did not renew the lease. Got a national tenant and did not renew his lease. When we went to Israel in June, Jill and her husband, Jerry, who's not here, Darrell and Steve and myself and Laura, he was invited. And a lot of kids would have said, call him still kids, he's 59 years old. A lot of kids would have said, well, screw the job, I'll come back and get another job. But he said to me, Dad, he said, I really would like to go, and I thank you very much for the opportunity, but I just started this new job, and I don't think I can go. I said, we will make it up to you, which we will. So we went. And then recently, he found out that for a medical condition, which is under control, he could not fly here from Maryland. So he had, instead of being here in 2.5 hours, he was on a train for 23 hours getting down here.
I'm flying home, by the way. No more train rides.
But we love you, and we're glad you're here.
And we're very proud of you.
Jill, my daughter, well, it's actually our daughter, came to me one day and said, Dad, and when it's a 2-syllable dad, you know you're in trouble. I said, yeah, Jill. She said, a lot of the kids are leaving public school and going to park school. At that time, I'm still paying alimony to wife one, paying child support to wife one, half contributing to the support of the new family. And I'm thinking, park school, oh shit, excuse the language. Park school is a co-ed boy and girl school. It has a campus just like a college campus, and the tuition is similar. So I said to her, well, I tell you what, you take the exam, you get in, you're going there. And it wasn't a question of black and white, I promise you, for both of us. It was a question that in Baltimore County, the school system had a thing that instead of trying to bring up the kids at the bottom, they dumbed down the kids at the top. I said, you go in there. So she passed the exam naturally, and she started going to Park School. 2 years later, before she enters her senior year, she comes back and it's another two-syllable dad. Dad! I said, yeah, Jill. She said, I'm thinking of running for student president. Now, where I was in to show you compassion, after my father went into service, and I couldn't understand it because I was only 8 years old, I thought he had deserted the family, and my mother took over as a disciplinarian. Now, I don't give a darn if there was 8 feet of snow on the ground. You're going to school. I said to her one day, I said, Mom, I'm student president, 2,000 students at the school, and I'm captain of the cross-country team. I said, I have a test tomorrow. Now it's exams. I have a test tomorrow, and I'm really not prepared. She looks at me and said, you don't look well. I think you better not go to school tomorrow, and I'll let you know that you didn't feel well, which he did. But anyway, Jill comes and says, I want to run for president like you. I said, okay. And she said, I'd like you to help me with my speech. I said, well, who else is running? She said, there's another girl and a boy. I said, well, they probably started with a class in the beginning in first grade, and they know everybody. You've just been there a year and a half, 2 years. She said, that's okay. I said, okay. I'm not going to help you with your speech. Here's what we'll do. You write out the speech, and I'll look it over for suggestions. Try not to talk about yourself, but instead talk about what you are going to try to do for the school, how you're going to do it, and how it's going to help the school. So she brings me this draft, a couple days later. One comma was missing, and so I put the comma there and went on. And, of course, she got elected. Then we get to the senior year, and she says, Dad, I said, yeah, Jill. I said, can I borrow, at that time we had 2 Cadillacs, one an older one that we had sold, but the title had never been transferred, and a brand new one. She said, I'd like to borrow one of the cars. I said, sure, okay. So I told her she can have the older car. And Laura says, what the hell are you thinking? This is the president of the student body, and you're going to let her go in an old Cadillac? Give her the keys to the new Cadillac. And so we did. And that went off very well. I said, one condition. I don't care about the other kids in the car. They can drink. You cannot drink, which she did. That's fine. By the time I met Darryl, Laura and I were already married, and I think the first time we met, it was a little unusual.
We're just living together. Wait, what? She said we were. No, I did not.
Anyway, Darryl got an MBA, went to college, got a degree, and then went on and got an MBA. And she was working for an insurance company that sold insurance policies to basically graduate school students, whole East Coast, students going to medical school, law school, whatever. And she's now number 2 in line. So I said, Darryl, why don't you leave and we'll fund you and start your own business? Said, you know everything about the business. I can't do that, she says. I said, why not? She said, I have loyalty. And by the way, when Jill went and got her degree in social work, she decided not to go to a regular school. She wanted to go to a school with disabled children and children with very low esteem and everything else, which she did. And one kid threw up against the wall. I said, why don't you report to the principal? He said, well, he didn't mean anything wrong. He just threw me up against the wall. And then during the summer, I'll be back to you. During the summer, when most teachers take off for the summer, Jill works at the same type of school, and they make her the temporary principal at that school. Very proud. Getting back to my girlfriend, Jill with her. Anyway, we got into a great relationship. And we got to the point where she was calling me, I was calling her daughter Darrell, and she was calling me Father Gil. So don't tell Father Tim about this because he may think I'm after his job or something. The three children get along extremely well, we're happy to say. And one more thing real fast to show you our love for our children, courage and social work and loyalty. In Maryland, you have, even though it's not a community property state, everything's divided in half. So from a technical standpoint, Darrell would get one half of our total estates, and Andy and Jill and another son that I had that we parted, we didn't see eye to eye on certain things, and we wished him well, he well. So the question was, does Darrell get half and the others split the other half? And Laura says, no, they're our children, we split everything equally. And that's the kind of relationship we have had. That's the kind of family we have had. And when I tell you that I am the luckiest person in this room, I mean, I really am. And I thank you again for being here. And Steve, by the way, they finally got married after living together for 400 years. We used to call...
How many years? 21.
21 years.
They just had their first anniversary.
So instead of calling Steve our son-in-law, we used to call him our sin-in-law. Thank you all for being here. Enjoy.
Thank you. Very good. Very good.
And thank you for everything.
Thank you, Gil.
Oh, you're welcome.
Congratulations.
I have a couple people I need to introduce because most of us are from Tidewater. But there are some people here that aren't from Tidewater. No. Yeah, and they're very important people to me. So first, I want to introduce Jim and Betty Gilmartin. We have known each other for over 40 plus years. Wow. And then I have... Yes.
We were 12.
Yes. And then I have Jackie and Matt, who are new friends through Betty and Jim. And last but not least are our friends Cindy and Bill. They were our neighbors for 22 years. Okay, now we can eat and drink. I put the thumbs up. They're going to start bringing food, but if you want drink, we can get drinks.
Hi, Gil. Happy birthday. We're so happy that we're here able to celebrate your 90th. We're happy we met you. We have very many fond memories of our times with you, and we look forward to making many more memories soon. Again, happy birthday and many happy days ahead.
Well, Gil, it's your neighbor. It's Bill Hoschel. Just wanted to wish you a happy birthday and many, many more. We enjoyed the 20 years that we had with each other up on the Magathy River. Many times wish we were back there all over again. But happy birthday to you, and happy with Laura, happy to the whole family. You've done a great job raising the kids, and we miss you. We think about you a lot, Gil. Take care. We'll be in touch.
Hi, Gil. This is Jackie, and I'm speaking for Matt. And both of us are thrilled to be part of your celebration. Mazel tov, and another good 90 years.
Gil, from day one that we saw you jogging down the road, over the bridge, we said, that guy is inspirational. And ever since we met you, you've always been great to us and have always shown us what a sharp mind you have. And we've always embraced us with open arms and just a great love for people. And we're grateful and honored to know you and be invited to this event today. Happy birthday to you. Thank you.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Gil and Laura have been great friends. Laura's my mahjong friend, but Gil and my husband, who's passed, we're good friends also. And Ray always really loved Gil and really appreciated him. And Gil also helped my grandson with Israel information. So we just really think they're a wonderful couple, and we're so happy for them and so happy for Gil. It's very much of an inspiration to get to 90 and be as sharp as he is.
To Gil, I hope I have a memory like yours at 90 years old and can remember all the people I used to work with. To Laura, you're a lucky woman.
Hey, Gail. We really thank you for the invite. Bonesy's sorry that she couldn't be here, especially for her Lithuanian brother. Want to always remember the wonderful Passover dinner you invited us to. It was warm, and I'm so thankful. You're a great neighbor, and we really love you and Laura. Thank you, buddy.
Gil, it's an honor and a pleasure to know you. You're an inspiration to all of us. Thank you very much.
We love you. So glad that we finally get to meet and be. Thank you so much.
Happy birthday, Gil. You're the man behind the curtain, and we know how much you bring to this world. Thank you so much for being you.
Why am I here? A happy birthday, Laura. No, Gil. And thank you for everything. And I really appreciate all the gold coins you gave everybody here. I can't wait to spend this, okay? So thanks for the money on your birthday.
Happy 90th birthday, Gil. We wish you many, many more. We wish you a lot more jogging around the community. And God bless you. You're a wonderful man and a great family man.
Happy birthday, Gil.
Happy 90th birthday, Gil. We've only known you and Laura a few years, but you've become very, very good friends of ours. Wish you only the best and hope we could do a lot more things together in the next few years. God bless you.
And we want to continue cruising with you guys. We're having a wonderful time. Happy birthday.
Gil, from us, we wish you only the best. Happy 90th birthday. Many more, my friend. We value our relationship with you and Laura, and we've learned many things from you. I certainly have over the years I've known you. Godspeed, my friend. Another 10 or 20 years. We love you.
Happy birthday, Gil. It's been a pleasure knowing you.
Happy birthday, happy 90th birthday, Gil. And I've always said that if you make it to 100, I want to see your picture on that Smucker's jar. But anyway, it's a pleasure knowing you and Laura. I got to know you even better with the cruising, and I just adore your amusing stories. If it weren't for you at the table, I think our dinners would be pretty dull. But again, both Tom and I wish you the very, very best. We love you to pieces, and may God bless. Thank you.
This is very, very nice affair, and we really thank you for inviting us and all your friends. Thank you very much.
Happy birthday, Gil. Wishing you all the best and many more.
Gil, to the only guy I could see eye to eye to.
Thank you.
Gil, I didn't know you back when, but my brother, older than I, about your age, and a bunch of other guys were friends together, and you hung out with a bunch of guys. None of them are still alive, as far as I know, maybe one. But they were all from Baltimore, and you were a gang, literally. And that was really something I didn't know so much about, but my family was into it, so it was pretty cool. Happy birthday, and have a few more.
Happy birthday, Gil. Many, many more from one sergeant to another. God bless.
Happy birthday, Gil. This is a fabulous party. Thanks for inviting us. You are the best looking 90-year-old I ever saw. Mwah!
Happy birthday, Gil. Many more to come. Thank you.
Gil, congratulations on your 90th birthday. I'm so happy to be part of the family and really love everything you've taught me along the way. You really are a special guy to me. Happy birthday to you, and I hope you're around for many, many more. We'll see you at your 100th.
Hi, Father Gil. Happy birthday.
I don't even want to call you my stepfather because you've been there for me for so many years. I'm part of the family. I wish you a happy, happy birthday. I love you. You are my father, Gil.
To the best husband in the world, you have been wonderful. You take good care of me, and I love you so much. Happy birthday on your 90th birthday.
Happy birthday, Dad. So glad that I'm down here celebrating with you and all your friends. Look forward to many, many more. Happy and healthy. Love you. Dad.
Happy birthday, GR. So proud of you and happy to be here celebrating. Only a little over 3 more years to meet your goal of seeing Jackson graduate high school. I know you're going to make it to that and beyond. I love you very, very much. Happy birthday.
I want to thank everyone, all of the wonderful guests we had, and all of the wonderful food. And thank you, everyone, for letting them, helping us celebrate Gil's 90th birthday.
And I agree, it was a great fun. And don't forget, March 23, 2029, it comes out on a Friday. So put the date down, and you're going to get a save the date anyway. Thank you, everybody. It was a fun time.
We love you all. Thank you.
I can't remember when you were there, when I didn't care for anyone but you. And I swear we've been through everything there is. Can't imagine anything we've missed. Can't imagine anything the two of us can do. Through the years, you've never let me down. You've turned my life around. The sweetest days I've found with you. Through the years, I've never been afraid. I've loved the life we made, and I'm so glad I stayed right here with you through the years. I can't remember what I used to do, who I trusted, who I listened to before. I swear you taught me everything I know. Can't imagine needing someone so. Through the years it seems to me I need you more and more. Through the years, through all the good and bad, I know how much we had. I've always been so glad to be with you. Through the years, it's better every day. You've kissed my tears away. As long as it's okay, I'll stay with you through the years. Through the years when everything went wrong, together we were strong. I know that I belong right here with you. Through the years, I've never had a doubt. We'd always work things out. I've learned